What up? Alright. So we got about 7 minutes for the opening bell on Stonks. I'm up right now and I gotta protect my gains, so I'm probably gonna be really careful today, but I still need to get in on some action. I think what I need to do is bro, are you fucking kidding me? Ugh, fucking A. Alright, so yesterday, this thing was like, alright. Basically, yeah, yesterday I caught this upswing right here. You can see, like, it was kind of going up, and I thought it was gonna like trend down again, but then it just fucking shot up. I bought like, entered like right around here, entered a options play, a call option, and I was like, oh no, this red candle was eating me alive, and not in a good way. And so it like jumped up out of nowhere because there was some bogus news about, I'm still not entirely sure if this was bogus news or if this was legitimate, but there was some Iran deal news, and that made the market jump up. And like, this was like less than 10 seconds of action. So my account was at like $1,930, $1,925, and I was in the red. Like, this was the opposite. I was down. I was mentally prepared to just eat like $30, $40 loss for the day. And then this jump up in the SPY index made it so that I went from $1,925, $1,930 to $2,021, and I was in profit like $60. Overall, it was like a $90 jump. So that was really really exciting. But you know, that's kind of a fluke. That does happen every so often. You'll see that, like, see the opposite happens over here. Boom, it gapped down. This one gapped up. And today we gotta watch. All right, I'm gonna watch my YouTube stuff. So here we go. I like to watch this YouTube channel for Stonks. It's Bear Bull Traders.
If it doesn't set up, no problem. I'll just watch, wait, find my opportunities later in the day.
Absolutely, friends. Someone asked for Ford. I put it up here. I mean, it's as far as daily, awesome. As far as intraday trade, I don't think they intraday trade all that well. And let me show you. Let me show you their intraday action here. Look how
So yeah, let's get
like this.
let's get our head in the game. We've got 1 minute basically.
Look at that. Every
Make sure
candle
my
last
account.
previous candle. It's a lot of volume being pushed through. Like this candle here, 668,000, but barely moves. This is a
Yeah, it's like a
even
3 cent
smaller than I
candle,
thought. Yeah, it's a 3 cents candle, so even smaller than I thought. So that's difficult to trade. Long-term stuff, swing trade, they're rocking. They got some good news that we discussed before, and you've seen it there. But as far as day trading, it won't be on my list though. Not a great one.
All right, guys, we got about 40 seconds to the market open. So I'm getting ready. Don't forget, there's market data that comes out at 9:45. We're going to keep an eye out for that. That'll be obviously 15 minutes after the open. So see if that Chicago PMI data has any impact whatsoever. In the meantime, I'm keeping my eyes firmly glued on ASTS and Dell for the open. We'll see if they do what I expect. If not, that's all right. Sit back and wait. Hopefully Carlos and I can find some moves, right? 5, 10, 15 minutes in. That's when you can get some really good moves.
Yes.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Opening bell. And we're off like a herd of turtles. So Dell has done nothing. So Dell is a nicey stock. So you got to wait for that volume, right? Wait for the volume to tell you what this thing wants to do.
Tesla
really
dropping.
Yeah, Apple going the other way.
Now it's the fucking waiting game, basically.
Selling off.
Action is here, friends.
We'll see. Oh man,
Tesla
it like
dropping.
jumped up.
Microsoft higher.
Microsoft's higher, Apple is higher, which is interesting. When you see Tesla, Nvidia,
Now it's
AMD all
dropping.
going the opposite way. So semiconductors are getting taken down a peg this morning. Still waiting for that volume in Dell. Hasn't happened yet. So again, you'll know it. You'll be able to see it right on the chart once that opening.
There it is.
Here we go. There it is.
Yep.
There's that. Wow. And we didn't get a pullback at all, unfortunately. Wow, look at that. You could have got like a $10 move right off of that.
Yeah.
That volume just tanked it. But again,
Yep.
why wouldn't have, I didn't want to take that risk. And look at it, it's right back up. So okay, let's see what we get here. So yeah, Dell's a great example this morning of what
I might go puts today.
stock here, stock exchange.
Things are looking a little red
7,000 shares traded.
across the board against different stocks. Tesla, Meta, Google,
So that's the type of volume we're looking for.
Spotify, all in the red.
But that is what you're looking for.
But look at that, man. It is,
Okay, so again,
man,
go.
hard to say which way, dude. Like, cause you can't. This is, yeah. People keep telling me this is gambling, but just card reading style gambling.
So Dell is still looking short. Short here a little bit.
It's a hard read, right? Because they're getting a lot of volume, but
The spread is big. Like it's going between 30 cents and $1.30. So
yeah. Friends, let us know if you see anything else that's moving well. Locks going higher. A low flow, one of the low flows of the day today, so careful on that one.
the market is overall pushed higher here.
I don't know. I'm afraid to make a move. Make a move, Reindeer Games.
Slowing down the downside here. Let's see what Tesla's doing. Tesla, I like the way it has started the day so far. Nice drop, pulling back to the VWAP. I'm looking to see if there's any imbalance on the Market Atlas. It's a great entry for a breakdown if we're going to put in a 5-minute ORB, but it's early. It's early. Let's see if it actually wants to push above the VWAP. But this is a great entry.
Tesla does look like it's got.
Yeah, SPY is still staying in the green right now, even though other stuff is stonks are
And 436 is now
going red, so it could.
nice one too.
Yeah, look, well, a little bit of red there.
Just a little red here. Nvidia, don't tell me Nvidia is looking good today. Where's Nvidia? Oh, my chart's not loading. Look at that, it's just stuck on one bar for 1 minute. Why is that happening?
I took this short at VWAP on Tesla. Again, I don't know whether I'm too aggressive here, but I moved my stop to
like
break
that
even
short.
already. Come on, let's go. This is good. Get the drop here.
I like that short.
I mean, at some point I have to pull a trigger on something.
It's not dropping fast enough.
I mean, I don't have to. I could just sit and watch, but
Is my entry. So, oh yeah, see now I'm gonna take a partial already.
Nice,
Got
Peter.
the partial. So there we go.
Nice.
Partial at low of day. In fact, I maybe want to take a little more off.
Yeah.
So let's wait. It's bouncing back aggressively here, but I got a great partial down there. Let's
all right, let's go puts maybe or calls.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go options.
Try to test that forward.
We're gonna try to get a 6-day
But still
in the
looks
money.
rather weak on Atlas, man. Still 437. I might take this for a VWAP breakdown. I'm sorry, 5-minute RB. If it shows some more weakness here. I like the way Atlas looks. This is Atlas right here, guys, on Tesla. Still showing.
Yeah, it's pretty strong.
Down to 437, 436.
there's
So,
my trade.
let's take a look. Man, that's a perfect entry, Peter. That is nice. That is nice.
Yeah.
Well
See
done,
if I can
well
hold on here. I mean, it's coming back a little too
Yep.
close for comfort, but it's
Flying
choppy.
close to the sun, that's for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. It could. All it has to do is spike once and stop me out here, but see what happens. I'm hoping for a move back down to low of day. Where do the orders sit? 437. The whole dollars. 437, 436,
Yeah.
435 all have
I'm-
big orders.
I'm-
So.
I'm joining short here, man, for a 5-minute ORB breakdown. Let's see if we can get the drop. It looks like it wants to break down here. Let's see if we can get the move down to 436. I like the way this dropped here. Wish I would have had a better entry, but we're going to trade it for the 5-minute ORB breakdown here. Let's see if we can get 436. Will be awesome. But I like Atlas. It's growing too. Look at 437. It's getting even bigger now. 15,000 there. So let's see if we have the momentum to the downside. Nvidia did not want to. Okay, it loaded for me now.
No, it's been ugly.
Okay, now it loaded for me. Nvidia's gonna go lower. Nvidia could be another 5-minute ORB too, guys. I'm already in Tesla though, so I don't want to be watching too so closely like that. But Nvidia also did a pullback, and gotta check Atlas. So I don't have Atlas up on Nvidia, so I'm not sure how good.
Come on.
that
Fill the fucking order.
All right, VWAP is our stop. Is that's about $1.10. So we don't want this going above VWAP. Let's see if we can hold the line. 437. We need to break that.
I don't like how it's fighting back here.
Yeah,
That's not what I want to see.
let's see if VWAP could do its
See,
job.
it just stopped me out.
Oh,
Unfortunately,
man,
my
right to
break-even-
your, yeah.
My break-even entry was just below the VWAP, so that's problematic. I'm tempted to get back in it. Should have stopped higher.
Nah, I don't blame you, man. You had a good part. So your entry was awesome. Your entry was great. And let's see, it's not done going lower, but I do like the Atlas here that I'm getting on it. Let's see if it's actually going to play out. So we're looking to break this 437. This is where the problem is right now. 437. Every time we come down in this area, we keep finding support, but there's tons of orders down there. Drop. Every time it comes to VWAP, I like the way it's reacting to it. But we just got to get the momentum and push through this. So let's see if that happens. If we don't make a new low here, it'll be concerning. Because, like, this is your time. This is your time to start doing the Pac-Man through these orders here. So if you don't do it now, it's going to be concerning for sure. So let's see what he does.
Switch to 5 minutes. Oh, man, look at that.
Oh, did not sell off. Did pull back a little bit. Let's take a look here on Dell. Dell as well did not. Oh, that was just ugly. Oh, that was pretty bad.
Dell is ugly. Dell is pretty
man.
ugly. So.
Got good volume off the gates and then just.
I'm impressed it's
failed.
holding at this level, so really hasn't done much since the open. It's chopped up and down. You got to remember that range is pretty big. Like that's a $20 range, right, between the high and low since the open. But it's a Tesla, Carlos. Sorry.
Yeah, I just typed there while you were talking out in Tesla, as it pushed above the VF, so that sucks.
That sucks. Yeah. Well, I guess then I don't feel too bad about having stopped out at my first.
Yeah, and glad you didn't get back in because it didn't. Atlas looked great, but it's just it didn't.
But like you said, it was concerning that it wasn't breaking down at that level for whatever reason. It was getting support at the 437.50, and it wasn't advertised support. It just was. Somebody was willing to buy at that level.
Yeah, man. I knew.
Come on, fill my order.
Down the way it did here, you don't continue that. That's the problem, and it did exactly that. So we're out here, guys, for our stop on our first trade.
Come on,
Tesla, and let's see. We'll keep looking. Very early. We'll see what's out there and what we could take advantage of. SMCI, you guys are mentioning it. Oh yeah, it's beautiful. Look at SMCI.
Man.
Very nice.
Come on.
Got AMD and NVIDIA both above the VWAP. Well, sorry, AMD is now not above the VWAP. But
Bro, I'm losing ground because my order won't fucking fill. Fuck.
NVIDIA could be interesting. Above the VWAP, above the
dude.
Close now. Let's see what it wants to do here. Hopefully it doesn't just run. Hopefully it just comes back.
Bro, look at that. Like it's going up and up and I won't fill my order. Fuck. Come on. Fill the fucking order. Dude.
Well, now it's changing a little bit. Now it's changing. But man, no pullback.
What are you doing?
No chance to get in it.
No, you're not going to fill my order? You're going to wait till it goes negative and I give you money, right?
So that's gone. Tesla.
There we go. Now it's going to fucking hit. Watch. Fuck you.
Yep. Good job. 1 minute engulfing. Not fully engulfing, but I would still consider it somewhat of an engulfing pattern here under 1 minute. This is the stuff I look for.
Exactly when Andrew got in, right? That 1 minute almost engulfing.
That is
Bro, what is going on?
Yeah, that's what I look for, man. Something clean like that around the VWAP too, above the VWAP. That's perfect. That's textbook right there. We don't get them often, but when we do, I'm definitely taking that trade. Microsoft going higher. Tesla at the moment did have a nice candle, but it's not. It's messy in the continuation, so careful on this one. And Dell, garbage. Just nothing happening there. Let's go back to Nvidia. Ah, why can you pull back and give us a little pullback here, Nvidia? You're gonna go and do this beautiful candle and leave us at the bus stop. Wow. Didn't stop. Just kept going. Didn't see our hand out. You know, you stopped the bus and put your hand out. Didn't see it. Just kept on going.
The bus.
My
left
goodness.
without
Unreal. Let's see here. Now. Dow.
Wow, AMD, interesting. Did a reversal. AMD and Nvidia looked very similar until about 5 minutes ago when they diverged heavily, and AMD went down and Nvidia popped up.
ASTC halted here, guys. Volatility hold on ASTC of 42%. So just somehow, Peter, finding a way to just go higher and higher. Like it's just crazy on this one here. So there it is. The fun is not over yet. Nvidia was great, guys. And it continues. And Atlas looks very bullish, so we might have a lot left there. See, yeah, Tesla didn't. Yeah, this breakout didn't look healthy. Like, yes, you broke above here, and it's just, I don't know, it's not trading well. You're getting a bounce off the V up here, which can be interesting. Nothing I like there. Okay, Service Now. We got a nice little breakout. Here's the pullback. We're
quick break. Quick $4.
Atlas quickly.
It's kind of weak. Kind of a real weak move. That sucked.
Bullish at all, actually. Tickers like this are very difficult, not because of the tool, because you just don't have a lot of information. And Dell looked pretty nasty too. Look at Dell.
Still got about $1,800 to play with.
Didn't look great either. And this one here, there's just not a lot of orders on now.
It was better than staying in red, man. I was getting in red, so.
That's very, very difficult. It's just not enough.
All right, let's go back
The
to.
imbalance is not clear, so.
All right, AMD is just at the low of day here. It's retesting this area. We should get another 15 seconds here, and then ASTC should reopen, assuming it's a 5-minute hold. Again, they can discretionarily. Is that a word? Anyways, at their discretion, they could hold it for 10 minutes, but normally it's a 5-minute hold, the first one of the day. So it's slated to open now. So there you go. It did reopen. Reopened right at the imbalance level of $43, but it's suddenly looking weak. Let's see what it can do here.
Made another play. 76 recall. I'm losing right now. Down $8, down $10. Why did I do that? Why did I fucking do that?
That this company has gone from a $2 stock to a $40 stock in the last 4 days just because.
Oof, eating it.
They're going to try and build a moon base. I mean, what is even that? Like, I don't understand.
They're gonna try. It's not even. Hey, we're gonna try to do this.
Yeah, like
sometimes that's
anyways,
all you need.
The market can remain irrational.
Come on.
So, who are we to question?
Come on.
Wisdom of the market.
Give me a few bucks.
We get the data that just came out 2 minutes ago here, so it looks like it's very favorable. The Chicago PMI data came out. This is all a relative scale because it's sort of like a survey data, and 62.7 was the number, 50.6 was the forecast. So that's a fairly positive number that came out. The market was already moving up, so maybe this just gave it an excuse to continue.
A little bit more. Just a little bit more.
The market actually sort of looks like it halted momentarily at 9:45, but now it's continuing on its merry way higher. So, so there you go.
Eating it.
Just,
Oof.
Right?
Oof.
Clear, ready for takeoff.
Yes. Here's Tesla.
Give me like another $5.
Looking ugly with some of these wicks, but looking weak for me. At least I see it weaker. Let's see what the Atlas says.
Oof. Rejection,
439.
I think. That's what it looks like to me.
All right, 437 again. 437 coming up again with some orders here. 437.
Come on.
I like
Ugh.
the wicks over here. See the selling pressure. Does not mean it's going to sell down any lower, but I like the fact that we're seeing a little bit of weakness here.
Come on.
But it's not trading.
Ugh.
I don't know. It's something. About
Ugly.
like it's very weird.
Ugly. Uglier. Ugly.
Normal Tesla.
Come on.
Yep.
Yeah, not fluid. That's jerky.
Yeah, right. It's just like it's not how we normally see the stock trade. So let's see. Potential view of breakout, but again, the imbalance on Atlas is not ideal right now. We'll see how that changes. But right now, we
Come on.
the setup I look for is the.
Come on, motherfucker.
We still got so much time to go for the next candle. It might not want to wait for that. I don't think it wants to wait for that.
Let's go. Eat it. Stop eating it.
Without a strong
Beat it.
pattern.
Don't eat it. Come on.
I wouldn't take it short. Yeah,
Come on, here we go.
and
Give me some
typically how they trade,
upside.
you
I
know,
got a
it's
call.
not a-
We've got
not
a
a great takeover. We put them on today because hey, they're the story this morning or today with their earnings. But they really don't trade that well. Intraday wise.
Give me some upside. I got a call. We've got a fuck, bro.
Just getting the drop.
Andrew managed to go long SMCI as well.
Hovering at -4. Oh.
See Andrew trade.
Ah. No. No.
There doing his thing.
Negative. Stop it. Stop it.
Yeah, see, you brought my. I wish I looked at Tesla a little bit earlier. This break if I could have got.
No.
Yeah.
We're in chop. We're in chop zone now. Oh.
Settle down, right? The spread is a little bit better,
Yep.
but
Yep.
it's still not looking very as fluid as it was on Tesla recently. So.
Yeah. it's
Oh, well,
not-
okay, so I'm gonna sit.
We'll keep
I'm gonna
looking.
stay on the sidelines. Yeah.
We'll find something.
Apple.
Yeah.
After its initial pop higher, it's sold off.
Come on. Oh, fuck you. Fuck
ASTC,
you.
48, Alton,
Some
yeah,
bullshit.
it's, 45 here.
Fuck.
Just nice. Nvidia, looks like next week they're going higher. Microsoft sideways for now. Tesla. The math ain't mathing on Tesla. That's the problem. The math is not
There you go.
mathing. This is not working here.
The other one that was it our other low float, Carlos, that we were looking at was.
We're looking at the 5-minute candle. Yeah, now it's fucking just fucking eating it.
It's halted twice now. It just reopened a minute and a half ago.
Ugh.
And it halted first to the downside, second time to the upside. Now it's hanging out at 1080, let's call it.
What are these guys looking at? I think they're doing Tesla. Or no, they're...
Ugly friends, careful on that one.
Come on.
Wow, now did manage. Look at the couldn't get above the way up here and keep going, but did manage to kind of touch 117 and then actually break out. If it didn't have this drop here, I would have considered view up long there. But again, just the level 2 looks so bad on it, so didn't want to take it one way or the other at that time. And I don't see anything else that I love, guys. Dell trying to push higher. I don't consider this too much of a view at breakout. It's just choppiness, and they're still at the top of their range. So
That's what he's saying. Choppy. Yeah, it's choppy.
here. Did it again
Come on.
here.
Ooh. We've got...
Not saying it's not gonna
Got an opening green candle. Oh no.
Trading like this.
Come on. Come on. Second. Let's get another green. Let's get another green. Let's push up a few bucks. Let's push up a few bucks.
Would have worked.
Like
Yeah.
Tesla's working,
Yeah.
but
Somehow,
it,
some way.
but it wasn't clean. It was not
Yeah.
clear or clean. So I'll give you that. 'Cause, I mean, I was watching it, and
All right.
again, if I got a better entry,
976.
but from where we were seeing it, low 438,
All right. We're at 231.
worth the risk on the end.
Okay. We're gonna take a second. We're gonna calm our
Yeah, it's only $1.
calm our tits. Our tits are not very calm right now. I'm jacked to the tits,
I mean, I keep looking at the number. Like, look at
and I'm up $9.75.
38.30, 438.20. I mean, the imbalance is clearly to the upside, right? So, 437 has some more. We couldn't get to this and break through it early when I was in the trade.
You know, I'm a poor man. I only got $2,000 to fuck with in this
But it's
Webull
really
account.
very weird. This
So
could be the reason why, because just the way the imbalance is, it's just weird. It's just weird the way that looks today. But the charts are saying down, down, down.
Yeah, the
So-
chart's saying down. The
Yeah.
the level 2, the Atlas is saying up. So, like you said,
It's
in your-
tricky one.
the math ain't mathin'.
The math ain't mathing, man. That's it. What's the name of the channel for Andrew's trading? Sorry, I couldn't make out what you were saying. So BRRRRRTraders.com, right? You got to go there, and he trades live for our members. He's in there now with trading live, and Brian and the gang are there trading live this morning. So I'll give you a sneak peek. But this is his channel here, BRRRR Traders YouTube. This is his channel, but he trades live for our members in our community. There he is on POTR. My God, that's a beautiful textbook 1 minute engulfing pattern. Very, very strong pattern, man. When you can see this, take advantage. Add it. Partial. Back in it for the break of the high of the day. Getting it now. There it is. Got his order waiting to be filled. And clear. Look at this. This is a beautiful level 2 data. We're not getting that on like Dow. We're not getting that with other tickers. It's just not looking all that good.
Nice, just under 5 minutes. We're going to have our friends at Spot Gamma joining us. So a little bit of different on the program today. It looks like it's actually going to be Brent that's going to be joining us. So Matt has joined us in the past. Brent is going to be joining today. He's going to talk about Spot Gamma. He's going to share a screen, sort of show you the tool, how it works, talk about some market analysis, and and you can ask him questions. So feel free. Let's make this interactive. And remember, we love your thumbs. So if you can stick them in the air virtually.
Careful with the words, Peter.
Happy.
Careful with the words.
I'm trying to walk that line.
Fine tune that line, baby. Fine tune that line.
Yeah.
Pivot.
Pivot. Great quote. What's going on? Is that you? Where's all this Velcro? Oh no, that's Andrew.
What are you getting?
Taking his blood pressure right now. Why is he doing that? The heck?
Is he doing like a study?
don't
How
know.
the blood pressure
I think
reacts
he's putting on
when
a
he
blood
trades?
pressure cuff.
This is good. This is like professional trading, man. This is like the stuff you
Yeah.
see in Wolf of Wall Street. Hey, how's his blood
Yeah,
pressure? Get him out of the
exactly.
trade.
Take the blood pressure. You know when they used to get like like
Yeah.
an IV, like an IV
Yes.
drip, just so they get like pump it
Yeah.
right in your veins. Got to keep the adrenaline going.
Yeah, no, I
all right, I'm gonna run to the boys' room. I'll be back later.
I was like, here, because I have the chat room on in my headphones, and I was like, I just heard all this Velcro. I'm like, what happened? And I guess he needs to take his blood pressure after his 2 big successful trades. PLTR and SOCI both worked very well for him. So, again, he is a master at finding these.
Yes.
How he does it, it's impressive. So, if you want to take advantage of that, be
Amazing.
part of that history, history made every day, you got to join the BRRRR trading community, join the chat room, and you can share it with everybody.
Yeah.
All right. So, Carlos, I know sometimes when we get too many screens shared, I'll
Yeah, yeah. Cut yours, and once they're on, I'll switch them over here and get them all connected. Um,
Yep.
all right, guys.
So we're still watching. Yeah, Carlos and I
Yep.
are still a little sad about Tesla. Tesla, again, I got an early sort of great entry, partial, and then a stop out. Unfortunately, Carlos, you got a full loss on that one.
Yes.
It did come back down. Both of us were like, I just don't think so, right? Like it just wasn't, didn't look good. As it turns out, it worked. But frankly, I mean, if I look at the way it worked, I mean, look at the wiki candles. It really wasn't clear. Like it wasn't like it just charged downward. It did move down, but not, you know, it could, you know, especially when you look at that compared to an SMCI chart or PLTR in the other direction. Those look like clearer charts to me. So, anyways, so.
And it'll be interesting what it does here at 437, because this is where we have a hard time breaking through. But it looks like now we're pushing through that. Yeah, see, now we're getting through that 437.
We'll see if we can get this low of day. Interesting, the second minute of the day, it spiked to a low of 436.68, which it hasn't broken yet. It came within a penny.
That's just, yep.
I don't know what's special about that level. I don't have any daily levels there, but for whatever reason.
Besides the low of the day, well,
there
nice new low of the day now. There it is.
Yeah, by a couple of cents. There you go. Okay, so now it's pushing a little bit more.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's sometimes the levels like that just hold. So we'll see where it goes.
Yep.
It looks like it might be clear down to 436. Anyways, look, we're just watching. So
yeah,
it is
we're just watching it. It is what it is. I would have got into that trade, but again, just all the signals were not lining up, and you just can't take trades like that, right? Stick to Cat 1, Cat 2 trades as we speak in, so we teach you guys in P Capital. Basic category, you know, A type trades, A plus. Take your B's once in a while, but stick to the A plus stuff. Is gonna save you a lot of money in the long run and headaches. Dell just can't buy a direction, long or short. It's just sideways. Here, I actually thought, okay, maybe it's actually going to break out. They're bouncing back up here and coming back up to 425. Oh, it has a chance. Nope, doesn't have a chance. Right back down. It's just ugly. No chance. Ugly. Microsoft has a better chance of breaking the high of the day than Dell does here, as it's trying to get above that 441. POTR going to 155. POTR has a beautiful market atlas, and it's trading like that this morning too. You can see it here.
Just surprised that Andrew didn't take Nvidia. That's one of his normal plays.
Yeah, he'll be in right on there.
POTR and SMCI, both of which worked for him. So.
Yeah.
But Nvidia, we were looking at that, Carlos, at that breakthrough, but again, it just took off without a pullback, so it didn't give us an opportunity on Nvidia. We had an eye on it, but didn't give us the entry, unfortunately.
All right, Tesla is actually looking out better than I thought it would. So good drop there. Friends, I don't see anything else that's that is setting up nicely for my type of trade at the moment. ASTC now halted to the downside, popped up, opened up, back down. 4184 is where the halt is at on ASTC. So we'll see if it's going to drop lower.
That's crazy. It's crazy. I don't care what you say. This is a $2 stock.
Yeah.
With crazy people that say they're going to open a manufacturing plant on the moon. Like, I mean,
on the moon.
Seriously?
Yes.
Seriously. And you think that's worth 50 anyways, I just sometimes the market you just have to shake your head.
Yeah. Oh yeah, now it's perfect. But you know what, this is beautiful. And I would have thought about it long if it didn't had this drop here and level 2 looked messy. You guys saw when we looked at it, but look at it go now. Now I finally turn on the engines and it is going. So if you're trading high of day, you had a good opportunity. I have the pre-market day. If you have any of these strategies, this is your type of play here. It wasn't mine, so I was not gonna be able to join this action here. Maybe an ABC, even an ABCD pattern. I got an AB. C. I'm not an ABCD pattern trader, but you got an ABCD pattern here also forming. for this breakout. So yeah, man, a lot of opportunities are now. Traded so well yesterday, and today it's back at it again. So, fortunately, Peter and I did not get on that boat, and I don't see anything else that looks great this morning for a potential entry right now. But it's only 10:03, guys. Still got a long, long day to go. We'll figure out what is in play. What's up? Oh, okay. Let me get Brent set up. I see him connected here. So give me a second as I get him all set up here. Alright, guys, as we mentioned earlier, we're going to have Spot Gamma coming on today to chat with us, take a look at the markets, talk a little bit about their product and how it can help us as traders. And you guys are more than welcome to ask questions in chat, and we will get those answers to you.
Well, yeah, look at that. Look at the time.
Flies. Alright, let me check if this is working.
Get them all connected there. We have Brent. I can see him queued up and sitting in the background, so he's ready to go once we get him live on the stream here.
Okay, I got him. Good morning, Brent. How are you?
I'm doing great. How you guys doing?
Good.
Fantastic.
Good.
Fantastic. A little bit of a quiet trading morning for us here. It's the choppy markets again today. I mean, not on everything. You got some stuff that's moving, but and the market themselves, of course, you know. I feel this is so boring. All-time highs. How about some more all-time highs? You know, what the hell? Well, why not?
Yeah, it's wild times, man. Every time you think you've seen kind of everything, and I've been around for a little while now, and like this keeps getting weirder. So here we are.
Exactly. It's exactly it, right? We're just like all you can do is sit back, man, grab a drink, and say, all right, well, let's just see where it goes. You know, am I going to continue to take advantage of it? Hell yeah, but I just don't understand it. But I'll take advantage when I can.
That's right, and you know, you got to make hay while the sun shines. The famous quote, and you know, I think that what I'm seeing now is we're starting to get to, you know, when you're like driving down the street. You guys have yellow lights I don't even know if you're in Canada or not. I don't know who's in Canada and who's not.
No,
you guys have yellow lights
in Canada,
right? You get to that intersection and like the yellow light is on, you're like, dang, I gotta like speed up quick or I'm gonna miss that light. Like I think we're at that moment. Like the red light is almost there and we're trying to make it through the intersection, and like that's kind of where we're at.
All right. I like that analogy. That works.
And I say that because like call values in particular are starting to get they're getting out of control, and you know, this goes for, all right, you want to tell me that Micron and some of these other names are going through this repricing that's completely validated by, you know, current metrics or whatever. Who am I to argue with that? But you're starting to see the values in index calls really start to surge, particularly with stuff like the Qs, where, you know, Qs are now exhibiting the classic stock up, vol up, right? So that's the kind of situation where, you know, we're just getting, you know, a little bit too wild, I think, here. And so I'm calling this kind of the later innings of this kind of move, and I'm really watching mid-June as like when all these things start to line up that, you know, could really, I don't want to say pop the bubble, but could lead to some pretty good-sized mean reversion. So that's the kind of landscape I'm looking at now. It's like, you know, let's try to get in and out of some of these things that are moving 20% a day, like a Dell, if you're lucky enough to catch something like that. But, you know, understanding that we're likely due for some type of mean reversion, and like, of course, the joke is going to be one day when we correct 10% that we're back to where we were 2 weeks ago. But you know, that's the way that this whole thing works. You know, I'm not someone that sees farther out than really kind of like a month or two at a time. You know, at most. So yeah, so kind of later innings is the way that I'm looking at this.
Makes sense. And why don't we why don't we, let's back up a second for everybody that's, because we had some people that are with us for a very long time here on YouTube, and some that might be new. So Brent, maybe you can describe, so what you do with Spot Gamma and Spot Gamma itself in the background, and so they know what we're talking about here.
Yeah, my first thing, as you can tell, is I just start talking a lot. That's kind of my first, the first thing about who I am.
Don't worry, so do I.
Launch off on stuff. But what Spot Gamma does is we analyze the options market, and we try to use that to help us navigate how stocks are going to trade. And so the idea here is that the options market continues to grow in size, more and more and more volume, more 0DTE, Monday, Wednesday, Friday expirations, for example, in the top stocks. And we look at how that flow is going to be hedged by the market makers, and market makers hedge with stock. And so when they hedge with stock, they drive stock prices. And so we try to figure out the levels that matter and the volatility or the momentum that can be driven by those hedging flows. And so I've been doing this since January of 2020. That's when I launched Spot Gamma. Before that, I had 20 years of experience at Credit Suisse, Bank of America, Wolverine. I was a broker there, options market maker. I worked for a family office for a little while, and then I launched Spot Gamma in Jan 2020 using these models that help us to analyze how stocks are moving around. And so that is everything we do here. And as the options market has grown, I think it's made sort of paying attention to stocks, paying attention to the options market more important for analyzing those stock flows.
Well, we agree with you on that. In fact, that we have a couple more, increasingly more members, I guess, that are focused on the options market, because it does give you some indication, right, of movement, especially when we're talking earnings, right? It can help you understand where things are going. And then on a regular day, you sort of understand where the interest lies. I mean, the options, frankly, usually the option market gets what they want. So if you can figure out where that volume sits, you have a good idea of where a stock is likely to move, because follow the money, as they say, and the option market is a good way to do that.
And that's a good point too, is like, if you don't, if I need to convince you of hedging flows and how that works, all that, I'm happy to do that, but you can't really dispute options prices, right? Options prices are interesting because you can get a lot of information out of there. How expensive are call prices relative to put prices, for example? How expensive are options near term versus out in time? And that tells you a lot about how the market is pricing things, for example. And I think that can be really valuable. Also, we also know when options positions are going to change, right, at options expirations. And so in stocks, you maybe don't have quite that same level of perception, right? You can't see into those details quite as good as you can with the options market. Now we're getting a lot of great data from exchanges that tell us exactly who and why are buying, well, not necessarily why, but who is buying and selling options. So we can really dig into the details of that and say, okay, we know people are buying these options, as opposed to sort of trying to model it out, right? We get a lot more detail and be a little bit more exact with our models now with a lot of this new data. And so I think it's making it more powerful, and as the options market again continues to grow, it's just a lot more notional value trading around relative to a lot of these levels.
Now, did you have a screen that you wanted to share with us? Or are we just going to have a conversation about it?
Yeah, I'm happy to share my screen. I'll bring that up now.
It'd be good to get people an understanding of some of the what the tech actually looks like, I guess, and what the tool looks like. Carlos, while he's doing that, I know you're getting things ready. Look at that. Tesla worked famously, Carlos. You and I, we weren't brave enough.
Man, I'm kicking myself right now on this one, but it is what it is.
Yep.
It's Tesla and Nvidia in particular are just so funny because they're just not moving. It's like that famous meme, you like poke it with a stick and you're like, what,
Do something. Do something.
Yeah. I for one thought that it was really going to start to catch a bid into the SpaceX IPO, and that's on about 2 weeks from now, right? And it just is really quite sluggish. And Nvidia too. If it's the center of the whole AI revolution, it's like, well, it's not really jumping that. And I think a lot of the Mag 7s actually are pretty sluggish here, while the these, I don't want to call them second tier, but sort of the more AI specific names, I guess, are jumping. But what you're seeing on your screen here, we call this Trace, and Trace is an incredible tool for analyzing what we call gamma flows in the S&P 500. And really what you need to know about this is it updates every minute, but the fact that the map is blue, or that shade of purple, tells us that where market makers are going to kind of support or hold the market in, or where the trading can make things a little bit more volatile. So what do I mean by that? This is where the S&P is trading right now, obviously. So there's your 7,600 line. And when you see these purple bars over here, what does this mean? This means that traders, hedge funds have been selling calls. So as the market has moved up, you can see they're short all these calls. That makes the market makers what we call long, right? So why is that important? Well, if the street is selling calls to the market makers and they're long, this means that they're going to sell stock from this level. So that's right at the 7,600.
All right, so I'm gonna call it in terms of my trading for the day because it is Friday and we've entered heavy chop, which essentially means, I think it's plateaued for now. The S&P 500 has plateaued, and entering here will be will equate to losses. Sorry, I'm monitoring my live stream on my small computer off to the side over here. So yeah, I don't think it would be a good idea to re-enter, considering my cash account is relatively small, is very small, and I've hit my goal for the day, which was to take a profit of roughly $10. And I've done that. I've hit $9.76 in profit. So, yesterday I was at $2,021, and now I'm at, $2,031. So that's $10 profit right there. I'm wondering if I can show you this. So, right, like I'm at, and show you my account. So I'm, for the week, I'm up $80 for this week, and that's great. This month I took some hits. On a Friday, $10 loss, and then on Tuesday last week, pretty heavy loss there. I've had more green days this week than not. However, yeah, it's been choppy overall, and I need to focus on in and out, because realistically, with my low amount of money in my account, I really don't want to take big gambles. I want to net about $200 a month roughly. And so with a week like this, 3 days of one day $10 more or less, one day $60, and another day another $10, that's great, right? So yeah, we're doing okay, and we're gonna call it today because that was my goal, was to hit a $10 day. So if you do $10 days, here's a $30 day, and you do a week like this, maybe it's $10, and maybe one day it's 30. Another day, it's another 10, maybe 15, 30, 40, 55. $55 a week, $60 a week, times 4. You're looking at 200, 220, $225 by the end of the month. And that's good, because I pull in $2,700 a month at my crappy call center job. And, having that go to $3,000, almost $3,000 a month, means that I can save probably $2,000 a month. And on the months where there's 5 weeks out of the month, I get paid weekly. So 5 pay periods out of the month, that's great. That means I would be making, around $3,500 a month. and saving $2,500. And that's really where I want to be at consistently. So yeah, we're going to call this for today. In terms of my trading, I might just hang out for a second, kind of watch the market for SPY, but I don't, I'm going to set a no re-entry policy right now. No matter what, I don't care which way the market turns, we're staying out. No trades. Now, I might get tempted, but that's why I'm not going to enter another trade. Because look, right now, it's fucking dipping. It's turning around. Look at that. It went up, up, boom. I'm looking at the 5-minute candles, 5-minute graph chart, so to speak, and it's, I should have entered right there when I saw this big green candle, and that would have, yeah. So like right here, 756, and then it went up to 758. That's $2. That would have been great. We didn't do that. We entered like over here, I think, and we got out before this reversals started hitting. And so now you see, I mean, you could jump back in, but no, we're not jumping back in. We made our 10. And hopefully this time next year, my account grows more such that I can take on bigger bets, because that's what I need. I'd rather have like $200 weeks instead of $200 months. Bigger plays equal bigger risks. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know what I'm fucking doing. I'm just screwing around, to be honest. I'm learning. I'm a novice day trader, focusing on scalping, quick runs, this and that. And I'm just in a position to do so right now due to a personal situation. So this is not for everyone, and I don't recommend it for everyone. But yeah, up for the day. I'm going to stay green, even though it's a small, paltry amount. Total, I spent $397 to make almost $10. But you know what, man? Like, that's what that money is there for, in my opinion. Because I'm trying to fight to stay alive, as it were. So it's important to me, on an individualistic level, to have some side money coming in, and hopefully there will be more days where we get upswings and we ride that wave, or if there's downswings and we take a bet on that. Let's see, this is what I'm talking about, man. It's going to be choppy all the rest of the day, I think. We had our morning pop, our morning opening upswing, and now we're getting into some downswing, choppy downswing territory. And, you can make bets either way. It's just difficult to chase the market, to chase tone. So I might get into a little bit of music production. I might play some Halo Infinity, whatever the fuck it's called. And I'll probably just crash out before I go to work later today. And yeah, and just keep on going. Yeah, next week we'll dive back in starting on Monday, and we'll just keep an eye on things. We'll keep it 100. Try to do my scalps in and out, and yeah. I have to learn how to work this Webull app on my desktop, such that I can make trades off of it instead of doing it entirely on my phone, because my phone is like less precise. I do have an iPhone 16 Plus, but navigating the iPhone 16 Plus can be a little wonky. Like, it usually takes like 2 taps to navigate to a certain section of the app, and that can be like yesterday. I have my finger on the button on my Webull app on my iPhone in terms of selling my position. So I get it ready and I watch this, and then once I see that I'm ready to sell, I hit the button, and that's how I got my win yesterday. Back over here. I want to say, yeah. It looked like it was gonna dip back down over here, like it was kind of going up, and then I saw this red candle, and I was like, man, there's gonna be a little bit of that, and then boom, go down this way where my mouse pointer is at. But nah, like there was a bogus or some unreliable news about a deal with Iran, and that just sent the market blasting up a little bit. So it went from 752. Oops. Or no, is it this one? It's this one over here. It's not that one. It's this one over here that I caught. So yeah, choppy, and then I was like, oh no, this big red candle is gonna go down. And nope, it skyrocketed. So I caught on this side over here. I was down over here at like 750, and then bada bing, it went past 73, and that was my position, was a call at 73, and I was losing, and it went up basically $90, and I made $60 of profit. So that is what is needed. And look at it right now. It's just fucking eating ass. It's fucking eating shit right now. Like basically almost down to where we started in the morning. So like I said, we're staying out. I've got my Jackson. I purchased the used Jackson guitar from Rock and Roll Rentals, $300 even cash in hand. It was $399 they were selling it for, and I was like, hey, $300 cash, and he's like, deal. The merchant, the employee that sold it to me was like, deal, I got you. And hand over fist, man. It's an Indonesian 2022 Jackson Dinky guitar X series, which is like a grade above their most budget series, which is very budget. Obviously, these sell for $599 new before taxes. So you're looking at like $625, $650 out the door if you wanted to buy this brand new. And fuck that. Nah, I don't want to buy this brand new. This is almost brand new. It is, when I found it at Robot Monster Guitars here in San Antonio, I liked the feel of it. I liked that it had a Floyd Rose. This is like the lowest grade Floyd Rose you can get. And, but it works for me because it's got, a fast solid feeling neck, and the fretwork looked good when I inspected it. Very little dead notes here on the upper high frets, and then it was set up fairly decently, so the action is good. Low, not I don't really like it super low, but I'll take it in terms of the string action. And yeah, it's got a reverse headstock. And yeah, so this is my new plaything, my new toy. The pickups are hotter than the other budget Jackson that I have, which is a JS series. It's on an X series like this one. And this silver Jackson Dinky has got a sculpted heel on the back, so I can access the higher frets better. And yeah, so when I deploy whammy bar dives, they really pop. And that's probably because of the pickups being more aggressive, hotter, higher output is what I mean. And yeah, you can hear the difference. I can hear the difference. If you're a player, you'll be able to hear that difference and feel it. The construction is probably a little more denser wood, a bit higher quality wood choices. And I think it's got like a poplar body, maple neck, and then the fretboard is laurel, which is like a cheaper, lower cost fretboard. But no, it's great. I'm enjoying it. I'm digging it. I was jamming on it yesterday, and felt fucking great. And so yeah. Probably gonna dip out of here. Seeing how the market kind of moves, you got to be careful. Like I said, only made about $10 today, but that's exactly what my goal was to make some scalps in and out real quick. And I could probably dip back in and try to make another scalp in and out, but you know what? Fuck that noise. I made my 10 to $30 a day, is really going to compound itself by the end of the month. And that's what I need. So yeah, $80 this week on Stonks. Stonks go BRRRR. But yeah, I'm going to switch over to a little bit of Halo and play some video games and shit. And yeah, we're up, baby. We are up. Hell, I might go back to sleep. I don't fucking know. We'll see.
Yo, let's take a look at that. I want to show you guys Dell quickly because this is really interesting. I do Q&As with the Spot Gamma members. I do them every Monday and Thursday. We were talking about Dell yesterday, and the idea of when is a move going to peter out in a stock when you have an extreme move, right? Like, what is the upper and lower bound? Right. And I always find this interesting because we talked about this exact chart last night, and so you can go and watch the webinar on our YouTube channel. But what we talked about is this is the hedging flow driven by put options and the hedging flow by call options, right? And so you can say that looks a little bit some people are new to that. And so all this is basically telling you is when does the hedging flow die off? And if these lines are flat, like parallel to the bottom of the chart, that means there's no more hedging flow for the market makers in these situations, right? Because these lines are flat. You'll also notice that these are call positions and these are put positions, And so when you get down here, kind of under 200, the positions are basically gone, right? Where else do you see the positions basically gone as well to the upside? Right over 400. See that? Now this is based on last night's closing data as well. So what is interesting to me about this is Dell's at 415. If you look at where the strikes end up, or like where there's no longer any positions, it's right here, like over 410. There's like basically no more positions, right? The hedging flow is completely done. So
More chop. Look at that.
is
Fucking
Dell,
more
you know,
chop.
Why does Dell move to that level? And is it kind of safe to bet on some consolidation here? Well, there's no more options positions above here anymore, and so from my view, there's nothing else to drive the stock higher. Now, people can add some more positions and stuff here, but you know the rate of change thing gets very interesting above here because there's no more positions there. And they say, well, how are people treating the stock? Look what happened this morning. So this is that same options indicator, the live real-time feed. And the reason this is interesting to me is because stock opens and you see the purple line goes up, right? And the purple line goes up, and then the stock gets to be about 425, and then the buyers are gone. And I say the buyers are gone because the purple line is just flat. So we had $300 million of hedging flow in the first kind of 15 minutes, and no one else is buying this thing anymore, right? It just has died off. Whereas if Dell had produced like a new, I don't know what they would have to produce to make this more exciting, a new alien spaceship that we could all get on and fly to Mars tomorrow, people would still be buying calls, right? And you would see that building, you'd see that purple line going up. So I think this is interesting in that, you know, you figure like every hedge fund in the world, every smart retail trader in the world, they're all going to trade options. They're going to buy calls if this is good. And like the flow right now is pretty much died off, right? So the buyers are gone, which syncs up with that other chart, which I think is.
Well, and if you look at the I'm looking at the stock price of my own chart here, and yeah, it's right at that exact time, right between 9:50 and 10 o'clock when the Dell topped on its price and just started to sell off. But interestingly, it sold up pretty much right to where you said, 410. You bet. That's exactly where it sort of found its first level of support and is holding now just above that. So that's fascinating.
Yeah, and so I don't think I'd sit there and be like, hey, I want to buy a put in that thing, for example, as much as like maybe short some calls, right? Those are two different trades. Selling a call means the thing that's probably just going to plane out, maybe not go up so much. Whereas buying a put is like it's going to crash. I don't have any reason to be a crash, but I do have evidence to say like, okay, time for consolidation. Now, Palantir looks more bullish on a relative basis, right? It's only 10:30 in the morning. The 30-day range for this, and this is dollar values, right? So this is $300 million. We're doing 343. The biggest of the last 30 days is $414 million, right? The other thing to note here is that you can see this is trending up the whole day. And the longer this trends, particularly after you get after 11 o'clock, if you trend still after 11, that's telling you that somebody big is in the name.
All right, let's
big guys.
we're gonna switch it up to
right? So they'll leg the position over the day.
some Halo.
Pardon me.
This ought to be fun. All right, I'm gonna jump back on the live stream, and we're gonna do some Halo. And yeah, Stonks.